What's going on, everybody? It's the hurricane edition of the ACTION-FLIX podcast. This is John with ACTIONFlix.com coming at you live. We are going to talk about trailer tactical. We're going trailer tactical today, and we are talking about From the World of John Wick, Ballerina. The first trailer was released today, and we only have like 10 months to wait for the movie. But hey, let's get excited early, shall we? Because we'll probably get 5 trailers before the movie comes out, and we'll basically see the movie before it comes out in June of next year with all the trailers that they're probably going to show us. All right, so let's tack up. There you go. I got some new Scott Adkins for you. There we go. A little subway fight for you. Boom, boom, boom. And we're going to blow some shit up too. Why not? Boom, baby. All right. So on this edition of the ACTION-FLIX podcast, going trailer tactical, I got Shane Action Nerd Loggains on with me. How you doing, Shane?
Doing pretty good, man.
Man, I gotta tell you, X, Twitter, what a dumb name too. X, what a stupid, like dumb, like frick, like what are you X Force? I mean, Jesus, what is? Seriously, it's like I'm done with that. So we're live on Facebook and YouTube, and that's it. There you go. From the rest of my time doing this, I'll only be live on Facebook because you know what? They're not charging. Yeah, I don't have to. It's like I start recording and it's like, you must have a verified account. And I'm recording and it won't let me do anything. And I'm like, you know what? It's like, oh, wait, I got the perfect. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I got this today too. So let's hang on a second. Yep, here we go. Yep, there we go. Yep. Oh, hey, how about this one? Yep. Okay. All right. All right, so we were talking about From the World of John Wick, Ballerina, and this fine young lady, Ana de Armas, Ana de Armas. Wow, like okay, so I watched the trailer today. I've actually seen it a few times, and this was my reaction. Yeah, that was me watching it. And anybody that like, I've already had people complain about it, and we'll just show Kevin. Welcome to the club, and then we'll just show Kevin Hart again for anybody that doesn't like it, because like it's what are you expecting? It's a John Wick spinoff movie. It's like you're gonna have gun fu, and she's gonna be doing stuff that Keanu Reeves does, and it's like, what are you expecting? Like a musical? It's like I have no idea what people are expecting with this movie, but so. Yeah, so there you go. So I enjoyed it. I wrote my article for it early this afternoon. Yeah, it was like 12 o'clock. Yeah, the little clock. There was that clock countdown. It was like you had the grandfather clock, and then it hit 12 o'clock. And I was able to see it as soon as it hit. And, I was like, that's cool. I was like, that was pretty much like, it's like, what else can I say? It's like, there's not much else to say. I mean, we'll watch the trailer and then we'll dive a little bit more into it, but it's exactly what you expect, except it's a female instead of a male. And then of course you get the big reveal at the end where Baba Yaga does show up. How movie is he in it? Probably not that much, so don't get so super excited, but it is what it is. But once again, like, I watched it and I got excited. That's all I got to say. All right. So here we go. So I think like the only problem is when we do this, and I got to do it on the small screen, it's only going to pop up with me and the video. So Shane, you're going to be out for a second, and then we'll watch the trailer, and then I will bring you back on, and then we will discuss, and I'll get your reactions. Okie dokie?
All right. Sounds good to me.
All right, so let me get it queued up here. So I'm going to get it on my website first and foremost. I'm going to make it super tiny so that way Lionsgate doesn't come at me like with pitchforks, like when I put out their movie Clear Cut. I did a review for Clear Cut, and I was at my parents', and like normally when you do a movie release, it's coming out that Friday, the embargo lifts on that Monday. So I think I did it like that Tuesday or something. And boy, you thought DEFCON 1 like hit, like it was Armageddon and the missiles were firing, because they're like, you can't really. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I've never done that before. First time mistake. And it's like, and they're like, oh, it's like, all right, I get it. It's like, calm down, Lionsgate. Calm down. So it's like, it's like, it is what it is, but that's who's putting it out. So let's watch the trailer and then we shall discuss, and we'll see what your reactions are. I already kind of gave my reactions. Chung Lee was speaking for me. All right, so let's see what we got. Oops. There we go.
Do you like the dogs? I know a school where they teach dances. I could take you there if you'd like.
To stop the assassin, you must become the assassin. You will always be weaker. You will always be smaller. You want to win? Improvise. Adapt. Cheat.
Welcome to the Continental.
Eve Macaro of the Ruscaroma. What a pleasure to see you again. You have no idea what you just walked into.
They killed my father. This isn't done until they're dead.
Fate is a very humbling thing.
You're him. The one they call the Baba Yaga. How do I start doing what you do?
Looks like you already have.
Okie dokie. There we go. We're back. All right. So there you go. There's the trailer. Ana de Armas doing Ana de Armas things, and one thing real quick. When I put out the article, one guy was like, "Oh, she's in a nightclub just like he was." I'm like, "Okay." It's like, once again, it's like, yeah, it's like.
Well, I'm just thinking.
Go
Three
ahead.
of the 4 movies, he has a scene with like a nightclub in it. So
Yeah, it's all like nightclub. Bad things happen in nightclubs. It's just like it's like after midnight, nothing good happens after midnight. It's like nothing good happens in a nightclub. So it's like
that's another saying. Nothing good happens after midnight. Nothing good happens in the woods. And another podcast I listen to goes, "Fresh air is for dead people."
Yeah, exactly. So negative. Now there's always going to be that negativity and like people like because that's all they want to do, and they're on their computers just waiting to bitch and criticize about people. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, all right. So let's get to my reactions. I'm loving it. I'm loving the gun fu. I love that nightclub part where they're showing her do her thing. She looks like she put the work in. I love how she throws the guy behind the door and it blows up because she put grenades in there and she uses the doors. I love the guy with the flamethrower, and then she's using the fire hose, and it's kind of like it's canceling each other out. You got Winston in there. The late great Sharon is in there too, and it's like it's just. Now, obviously, this movie wasn't a John Wick movie to begin with. Ballerina, when it was first created, it was just an assassin movie. But they were like, let's put our minds together and rework it so that way it's a John Wick spinoff, and we'll use his coattails to hang, which is fine. I mean, if anything, it would have just been another assassin movie that I still would have watched and bought on Blu-ray when it came out. But now it's part of the John Wick universe, and it's official because he showed up at the end of the trailer, and I'm excited. All right, let's get your reactions.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Well, good. There we go.
I'm just yep. I'm just a bit upset that we have to wait. What did you say was October when it comes out? So I'm
June.
like, God damn it,
June.
Okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out this past August, and then the whole brouhaha with having to film additional action sequences and Chad Stahelski came in. Len Wiseman directs it. Obviously, Len Wiseman's no stranger to action. I mean, he did the Underworld.
No.
everything, and Live Free and Die Hard and all that. But for whatever reason, they were like, we need Chad to come in which is fine. And then everybody was panicking. I wasn't panicking. I was like, okay, so they probably made a good movie even better. So who cares? It's like you guys, so they put The Crow in its place in this past August in its release date, and now we gotta wait until next summer for them, which it'll probably change again because that'll probably be like, ooh, maybe they'll want to release it in June because it's the height of the summer, and we'll dump it into August, and we'll just have to wait longer. But I'm waiting for that to happen as well. All right, so
no, I think they should release the movie sooner than that. It's just,
do like springtime or something, or do like
I was thinking March, like.
Yep, that would be good. That would be good.
Because January, February, sadly, is the time of the year where studios just dump the movies.
Mm-hmm.
They just, this is what, and typically the movies don't do well theatrically in January and February. March is hit or miss. So yeah, I'd say March because we get it sooner. I didn't realize that Lance Reddick was going to be in this one. And then I went, oh, that's right. They filmed it when he was still alive.
Yes, this was made a while ago, and then they did the reshoot, so that's why it looks.
I didn't know, nor I had no clue because I've been trying to avoid anything about the movie. Just I know Ana de Armas, Ian McShane, and Keanu Reeves were going to be in it. That's all. I was like, okay, don't want any more information because that could ruin it. I can start speculating, and things won't live up to my opinion. Or my ideas, but seeing Norman Reedus, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I love Norman Reedus. He's a great actor.
That was a good choice. That was a good choice.
Oh, yeah, he's been like one of my favorite actors since when I first saw The Boondock Saints.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, he's gotten real popular because of The Walking Dead, but...
Of course.
He does a great job. He's a fantastic actor, and... Just seeing that little clip, I'm like, I hope he's in more of the movie. Keanu, if that's the extent of Keanu's work in the movie, I will be happy because it's not really his movie. I am a huge Keanu fan. Like I showed you, I got the fake movie box cover shirt for a Keanu Reeves movie called Canoe.
Right.
But I'm like excited. I like how they should have her do the Wick flick, as they call it, with the gun. And she always seems to put the work in. That's the whole thing. She puts the work in past 6 movies. Look at The Gray Man. Look at No Time to Kill, or No Time to Die. Sorry. And she always puts in the work. I thought I read somewhere, sadly, that she was thinking after Ballerina she was going to be done with action, which I'm like, no, you're good at it.
That's her choice, though. I mean, if she doesn't. I mean, that's her. She doesn't want to do it. That's fine.
But
great.
If this movie does well, the studio's gonna try to push to get her to do sequels, and I know they're talking about having Halle Berry's character come back in and give her spin-off movie.
She says that has to happen sooner than later, though. I read the article, the universe. She was like, "I'm all for it, but I'm not going to wait around for." She's Halle Berry. Have to wait around. So she's like sooner than later. But yep.
I'm the whole concept of it's the ballerina that we see in John Wick 3. I'm like, that wasn't a very big role. That was a different actress. I understand that. They came up with this concept afterwards. I'm liking that it takes place during John Wick 3 because we see John going down, her looking at John going down the stairs there, like he did in number 3. I'm excited for it. I'm just a little disappointed that we have to wait till June. And I'm like,
exactly. And here's the thing. So this is the first trailer. Like I said at the beginning, I'm like, we're going to get like 5 more trailers and
I hope not.
Well, yeah, that's what they do. It's like this is the state we live in, and it's not the 80s anymore where you got one trailer that you went to go to the movies and you were lucky to see it at the beginning, because you didn't have the internet or anything. But not anymore. You got social media, the internet, and everything, and then everybody can bitch about it once the trailer comes out. But yeah, I love the fact that you got Ian McShane, you got Lance Reddick, you got Angelica Houston, who comes back as the director of the head of the Roscoe Roma crime family that makes her students bleed, when they're yeah. Her scene was great, even when when Juricator was doing it and then stabbing her, and then Angelica Houston's character was just like, yeah, okay, fuck it, whatever. It's like, it was, but so I'm excited that she's in it too. And like I said, I mean, the action that they showed, it's John Wick action. It's like, and everyone's like, oh, don't say it steals from John Wick, because it's fucking part of it, you dumbass. If you say that,
it says from the world of John Wick.
Now we all know too. Plus, we got the Continental, which was a hit and miss with a lot of people. I liked it. I mean, the middle part was a little clunky, and it was probably longer than it should have been. But the beginning and the middle was awesome. The last part of it, they spent all their budget on, was freaking awesome, and it was a John Wick movie. So I liked it. I mean, I never did an official review for it, but I'd give it a regular 3.5 out of 5. With that one. I mean, the trailer score I gave this one, I gave it a 5 out of 5, in terms of just the trailer alone. I mean, it shows exactly what you wanted to show. It shows what she's, I mean, I love showing the training scenes. I love the lady that's like, basically like she's like a Marine drill sergeant, where she's like, you're worthless, you're small, it's like, but it's like, it doesn't matter, because you're going to be better than all that. And, and I love how she says you have to cheat, and then she just kicks the guy in the nuts,
Yeah, that I was like, oh, when I first saw it, because this is the second time.
And then I like when she's doing the scissors thing on the one guy, and he throws her into the class, and she pulls and breaks his arm, and it's like, if you're an action fan, if you're a John Wick fan, you're gonna like this. I mean, it's not like they're gonna recreate the wheel, like doing these, like you're gonna get a Donnie Yen spinoff with Kane. You're going to see the same things, but albeit Donnie Yen things. Donnie Yen doing Donnie Yen things as only he can. But it's like, this is a universe. This is a world. The high table, the order and everything, and the type of atmosphere and the cinematography and the action. It's like, this is what you got. If you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. It's like, go watch something else. Stop berating.
I might be the only one who could say this, but I kind of, this is going to be weird. I kind of want to see a movie with Common's character, the bodyguard from John Wick 2.
Is he dead?
He didn't die. He didn't. Did
he make it to the hospital? I mean, because he was like, don't pull the knife out.
If he would have pulled the knife out, then he would have died, and he would have just bled out. But you just see, like, at the end of the movie, he's still there looking at the phone. The knife is still in him. Mm-hmm. And so, Cassian, because I just looked up, I would love to see, like, from the world of John Wick presents.
I'd like to see a spinoff with Ruby Rose's character, like, obviously before she died, but she was an interesting character. I loved her whole deaf mute thing, and like I liked her, her communications with John, and be seeing you, John, and then I'd like to listen. That's the thing about the John Wick universe. All the characters in these movies you would want to see in a spinoff movie.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Sharon in a spinoff movie. It's because he's badass. We all know that, because him helping John and everything. So we know.
Yeah.
So like you would. I mean, just not a prequel where it's a different character. Well, obviously he's dead now. Rest in peace. But so they would have to do a prequel or something like that. But with Ian McShane, and stuff like that, like this is one of those franchises where you would want to see a spinoff pretty much out of anybody, except for the the sniveling. Bill Skarsgård was great in it, but I was just like, I just wanted him to die. It's like,
he did it. He's like I was saying there yesterday. There's certain movies where it's just hard, or one of our pastimes, it's just watching a movie where the villain, you're like, I want you to die, and he did a good job doing that. So, the only thing I'm gonna my gripe, my bitch about it is they got somewhat changed the title, in my opinion, from the world of John Wick. Ballerina. Why don't you just make it a little bit simpler and says John Wick presents Ballerina?
They might. You never know. Yeah, it is a mouthful to say.
Yeah, that's the reason why it's a mouthful, and like she looks amazing in just that still right there holding the gun because that she had training. That's something that tier 1 operators and other special forces do. They camp the gun to the side, and then once they pull the trigger, they straighten their arms out.
Yep.
She's doing that, and like I said, the Wick flick, just one shot flick, and she looks, even with like the little wound on her face when she's going right there, I'm like, she looks amazing. She just has that presence of, yeah, I can be in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the Continental, and seeing Ian McShane going, oh, it's good to see you again. I'm like, that means he's kept,
that dude
tabs on.
He just oozes gravitas. Like anything he's
yeah.
he could be in the shittiest movie. He could walk in a scene and it would be like, all right, this movie's a little bit better because Ian McShane.
Before he blew up, there's one movie I could say Ian McShane was in that wasn't the greatest, but still, because of him, the movie was a little bit better. From the early 2000s, I'd say the movie Hot Rod, where he plays the stepdad. He does an amazing job. Every scene he's in, it just shoots the movie up just a little bit. I like the movie, but I'm like, is it the best? No, but you got.
I laughed.
You got these good performances. Oh yeah,
I laughed. I'll admit it. I laughed watching that movie. It was a good time. I mean, was it dumber than shit? Absolutely, but that was half of it. That was half of its fun, and half of its charm was that it was dumb as shit. But yeah, but boy, did he act the shit out of his role, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's like,
and then the first serious role I could remember seeing him in was Death Race with Jason Statham, and I'm like, this guy, I like this guy. Like, I hadn't seen Deadwood at all, or any of Deadwood.
I have not. Yeah, I heard good things about, but once again, we talked about this on our other podcast the other night. I'm so tired. Like, I would love to just be like, oh, let me go watch Deadwood now. I'm like, it's like I can't. I just can't. I just think it cannot.
Well, another one of my favorite actors, he's in it, Timothy Oliphant.
Yes.
So I'm like, I gotta watch it because of him.
Voice of the Terminator Zero on Netflix, which I did watch the first episode of that one, and boy, let me say, those Japanese, like, they made the best Terminator. I mean, this is just from the first episode reaction. They made the best Terminator. Well, it's not a movie; it's a series, but I'll consider it one big movie. Like, since Judgment Day. But oh my God, holy cow! The violence, the carnage, the atmosphere, the scenery, the visuals, the animation, the characters. Wow. And he does, and then you got his voice, and it's just like, it's Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, I'm like halfway through and he does his voice in like the 3rd or 4th episode.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I gotta agree, it's fantastic. I need to finish it. I've been debating on watching The Continental again, because I did enjoy it, but yeah, like you said, the second episode was kind of a slog.
It did have action sequences in it, but it was just like, I think if they just had the 2 parts and kind of like tighten it up a little bit more, it would have been a little. I mean,
get rid of.
Listen, I'm still gonna revisit it. I'm still gonna watch it throughout my years, and like as I'm doing my John Wick revisits. I mean, I have it. I bought it on Fandango. Oh, excuse me. So
me too.
Yeah, I mean, so I liked it for what it was. I mean, the only thing, and again, this is another gripe I had. It was just like having these younger guys play younger versions, because like you wanted to see Ian McShane and Lance Reddick. Obviously, like he could have been in it. It's like when that was made. But I mean, they still did a good job. But the guy that, and again, I can't remember the actor's name that did Ian McShane in Winston's role. Quick Google it. So, he was great in it, but I didn't see Winston in his performance. Now, the guy that they got to play Sharon, that guy I saw,
yes, that was Sharon right there. Yeah.
Yes. And Mel Gibson, I thought, rocked it. I mean, I thought a lot of people complained about his character, but I thought he was great in it. And the scenes he was in was, and then when he
you're talking about Colin Woodell, who played Winston. And, I liked how somebody goes, let's get an actor who's about 6 foot tall to play the younger version of an actor who is like 5'10", a little shorter than him, and British, and you have somebody with just talking with a U.S. accent. I'm like, that's fine. I liked it, and then, I am going to butcher this name. Oh no, wait, no, that's somebody else. That's somebody else. Yeah, I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce the guy who played Sharon's name because I would brutally massacre it, and yeah, it's just, yeah.
Gotcha.
It's I believe it Ao Adigun. I apologize if
Don't even
he
try.
meant.
That's fine. We gave him kudos. So.
Oh yeah, he did a great job playing Sharon, and I saw Sharon in the character and how he did it, but I'm like, Ian McShane. I can't see anybody play Winston but Ian McShane.
Right, you'd have
and
to have Ian McShane playing Winston, but you could do the AI thing where they de-age him, and stuff.
I'm with the main man John here. He's a huge fan. Just want to say thank you so much for all that you do. We got to get on the podcast.
Absolutely.
Check out his podcast.
ACTION-FLIX.com. Kevin Lutz.
Let's go.
How'd that get in there? Oh my God! Oh, that was a shameless name drop right there. I'm so sorry. Continue with what you were saying. All right, go.
But yeah, no, I'm like, okay, there's one thing that in the show, Frankie. I loved Frankie. He did a great job. The brother in the show, and then we had Katie McGarrett, who I loved the mystery, and that character kind of fit in the universe of John Wick.
You mean Katie
because
McGrath,
Katie McGrath, who played the adjudicator.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to know more details about this movie. I like how the trailer went. I like how they did the work. Yeah, I'm gonna fight fire with water. That I'm like, what are they leading into that with? Because that was an interesting concept.
I thought one of the best parts of the trailer. It's like,
Oh yeah, it is.
And they're just like, who's gonna win? It's kind of like. It's kind of like Iceman and Firestorm like shooting at each other from Marvel Comics. It's like, oh, okay. It's like
Pyro and Iceman.
Or Pyro and Iceman too. Yeah, I was talking about the old school Spider-Man cartoon. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, okay. So again, just to sum it up, again, the trailer was awesome. It was worth the wait. I mean, it was exactly what I was expecting. It showed everything that I wanted to see. Give me one more trailer, like when the release gets closer, and that's it. You don't need to, because I'm already there. I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm like, let's go. Let's effing go. I mean, well, I've already said that 5 times, so let's fucking go.
Yep.
And just, that's it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm looking forward to it. I would love one more trailer. Like, give a little hint of the story a little bit.
Well, the story. Her family gets killed by a hitman.
Well, yeah.
That's why she goes into this whole,
the Ruska Roma, yeah,
getting involved with that and training to become an assassin and going into that world of Baba Yaga. And I just love how he's like, it already looks like you have, It's like, that's the perfect way that it's like, it's kind of like, he's like, you're doing just fine. What do you need me for?
Oh yeah. It's like, what do you need me for? Yeah. I don't need to mentor you. She's doing crazy
please
shit.
Do, Keanu. Please be in the movie. Please, at least give us at least 20 minutes. It's like I want 20 minutes. Just give me 20 minutes. Give me an extended cameo. That's all I'm asking for.
I was gonna say maybe 10 because then him being in it could take away from her being in the movie.
Yeah.
Because it's her vehicle.
Right, you bring up a good point. Whatever, kill my buzz. Whatever. But
I'm sorry.
I'm so excited. I'd be like,
and I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to the movie. I'm like, being the gun guy that I am, I'm like, I got to practice my wick flick a little bit better. I can do it. I can also do it in reverse or just the other side too. That one's a bit tough. It's like I can do normal and backhand.
Wow, look at you.
Yep, it takes some practice, but I'm looking forward to this movie a whole hell of a lot. I was
And
like,
we
oh,
all know
that's
Keanu Reeves is coming back. Like, he did die. Spoiler: if you haven't seen the last one, then you're not an action fan. But they're gonna do something, because I even read an article. I don't know who it was from or anything, but they were just basically like, he's not done with this, and I said way back, like somebody did a Call of Duty like AI thing with Keanu Reeves as John Wick. He's all tacked up, and I would take one of those, like where like do an origin story, like where he's like on this mission or something, and
well, they've done, like, in video games, they gave him his own video game, which I've heard mixed things about.
I don't care.
John
Let's
Wick
do it. Let's fucking go. I mean, I'm all for.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't. People. Okay. Once again, it's like, stop complaining and just enjoy the fact that we're getting this stuff.
Oh yeah, no. See, what I'm also like, if you're gonna, they're last I heard they're doing a John Wick video game, which I'm like, all right, that could be cool. I know they put him in the game, Payday 2 as a DLC character, where he was tacked out. They put him in Fortnite that take over from the Reaper character, which was modeled after
But
him
I'm just
anyway.
saying, do the tactical thing, because that's a different way to go with the character. We all know the black suit, we all know the assassin, we all know but like do something like where reinvents the character and stuff like that, and then he goes
Well,
out, and then he's doing gun fu and knife and firepower and fisticuffs. I think, like I said, it's just another way to do something. It's just another.
Mhm.
It's just to do something with the character, with the franchise, and everything. It's not going to happen. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, from my aspect, I mean, it's like that's what I want to see. But that's just me talking. So.
Well, the original movie, he actually had a tactical bulletproof vest on, because it was before they went, the bulletproof mesh fabric that's in the suits.
Right.
So he did tack up briefly in the original, but
yeah. Well,
seeing
I'm
him.
not talking even that. I'm talking like, what the image that I found.
Mhm.
Like, he was all like, it was like full blown like Navy SEAL looking, and I was like, that would be cool. That would be
Yeah, you're thinking like Ghost from Call of Duty, but without the skull mask that he wears.
Sure, why not? Or put the skull mask on for a little bit, and then of course take it off, because we have to see his face, because we won't know it's Keanu Reeves if he has his face covered. So, but I'm going off on a tangent. So we're talking about Ballerina from the world of John Wick. Ballerina. So Shane and I give it thumbs up, 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
It excited us. Naysayers, just go watch Bambi or something. It's like, I mean, it's just that's why that's why it's like it gets exhausting doing this sometimes. It's like I get excited, and then I try. If you follow my website, I try to promote things, especially indie films. As I choke. Hang on a second. I have to take a sip.
Rehydrate there.
Anyway, so it's like I try to hype things up, and then people just come at me and they're just like, "This looks like garbage." I'm like, "Okay, all right, I know it looks like garbage, but I'm trying to like hype it up." And obviously they had $10 to spend on this movie and stuff like that. But it's just like, that's the whole thing, is getting hyped and getting excited and stuff like that. I don't want to do an action film website and just be negative and just be like, this is shit, this is shit, this sucks. It's like, let's get excited. The world sucks as it is. I'm in a hurricane right now. Well, it's not. It's like, I guess it's a tropical storm. I'm still waiting for I guess they said later tonight. But I mean, it's like, let's just have fun and let's go, and let's, these people are making these movies,
Yeah, it's I will say, every other movie for a while was like, oh, we're like a John Wick clone, in my opinion. And I'm like, John Wick did something special, you're trying to copy it, and you don't have that element that John Wick had. And or they promote a movie with like the poster looking almost identical to a John Wick film, and I'm like, no, you're not. You're, because I will say I was misled with one action movie on Netflix. I think it was called Blacklight with Josh Duhamel, and the poster they had kind of made it, or they had him standing there, and it kind of looks like a John Wick poster, kind of like from number 2. And
I liked it. It was okay For
Oh, it was okay. That was the thing. It was okay. I'd say.
it's like they ran out of. It was one of those movies where it looked like they ran out of money. Where the finale was just kind of like, like. But the leading up to it was good because like there was a lot of action sequences in from there on. But then the finale was like it whimpered to the finish line. I think.
Yeah, and I saw videos where he went to Terran Tactical Industries, the people who taught Keanu the famous gun, 3-gun shooting video that he does, or where he goes from pistol shotgun to AR-15, the range that he goes there. Josh Duhamel went to the same place, and I'm like, you really didn't show off those skills there, dude. But yeah, I'm a Josh Duhamel fan. I like him. I just wish that he would do a little bit more action in it. And like you said, it kind of whimpered towards the end. But I'm like, okay, is this his attempt at doing a John Wick? What's going on? Because nothing can beat John Wick.
John Wick. It's just the artwork that they did with that one.
Yeah.
Looked like it. But no, this was not a John Wick clone. I mean, in terms of some of the action design, maybe, but it was just a Die Hard clone is what it was. I mean,
yeah, that's what it was. So.
All right, so there you go. Shane and I gushed over Ana de Armas, and I'm just gonna say Ballerina, and it looks great. The action looks great. It looks like a John Wick movie. You got John Wick in it, for Christ's sake. Even though he's dead, it's like we still get more John Wick. We get Sharon one more time. So even that's worth the price alone just to see him one more time on the big screen. So 5 out of 5 from us. So again, I always tell everybody, if you have any comments or questions or ideas for the podcast or the website, just drop me a line. You got my emails at the website. And of course, jamdriva@gmail.com is another one you can reach me at. Shane, plug your stuff real quick before we sign off.
I was going to say, you can hit up actionnerdpod@gmail.com. That's for my podcast, which I'm in the works of doing an actual episode. It's been a while. Life got in the way, and I've already got one guest lined up. You said you'd be willing to do it, so that's 2. Now I'm waiting for number 3, see when his schedule is. Not gonna reveal what the movie is because I like to keep people guessing. Be like, oh wait, he talked about this movie, that type of thing. So yeah, I'm working out details with that, waiting to see about people's schedules. Trying to line up interviews for the show. I was inspired by you and meeting Kellen Lutz that I went to his Instagram and emailed him. And I know he's on vacation. Hopefully he was able to get out of there. Him and his family were to get out of there before the tropical storm hit. So hearing that you were having a hurricane, I'm like, you got to be safe, man. You just be careful.
I'm just in my apartment. There's nothing else I can do. It's like,
yeah.
It happens, I'll go in my bathroom with my cat and my daughter. It's just like a tornado. So, all right, there you go. Shane near Loggains. He's got things going on. He's prepping some stuff. You know me. I'm doing things when I can. I got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life too. So we're just plugging along, doing what we can. But in the meantime, be kind to one another. Just talk action. Like I said, life sucks as it is. We got bad weather, bad people, bad stuff all over us. But if we just stay positive and stay motivated and just keep talking about action cinema and all the greatness that goes with it, then everything's going to be all right. So until next time, this is John with ActionFlix.com saying we are your destination for your action fix with Shane, the Action Nerd Loggains, and his podcast, The Action Nerd, Dudes Being Dudes Talking Movies. All right, so have a great night, everybody. If you don't see me next time, that means the hurricane got me. Good night.